Hello, good morning. My name is Anne Iveson and I'm here today with the Executive Chairman, Rodolfo de Benedetti from the company CIR. Rodolfo, how would you describe the control model for CIR and how has this evolved? I know you've been working on it for a few years now and you have made some substantial changes.
Yes, a few years ago when I was asked to describe CIR, as half jokingly, I was saying that we are the worst combination. We're a family control company, we're based in Italy and we're a holding company, which, for a long time, all those elements were perceived quite negatively by the capital markets, because oftentimes those kind of family control holding companies were used more for control purposes, so to maintain and preserve control over time, but without really a value creation agenda, which is what the shareholders want to see. And we've adapted this traditional model. We have made some changes. We have made the corporate structure leaner and clearer. We've gotten rid of many different type of shares that we had in the past, and also have simplified it to a great extent. What we try to focus on is really to performing the ownership function in businesses with a long-term time horizon. So we really try to work together with the management teams of the operating businesses to grow those businesses, to develop them, and to actively play that ownership function, which oftentimes is in companies where there is no controlling shareholder, there is this issue about management not really being challenged actively by the owners, which are more passive. Okay,
and has this met with better people that you've managed to hire and retain? And what about the shareholders, the owners now of the business? Have they actually commented positively about the changes you've made?
Well, I think the challenge for a company like ours is that we sell to our shareholders a long-term strategy, and we really behave long-term. In our portfolio, the company that we have owned for less is a 10-year-old investment, and the company we've been investors for the longest time is more than 30 years old. So it can be very long-term oriented, but in the same time, we're a publicly traded company. We have quarterly earnings, and so we have to be able to convey to our investors what we're doing and making sure that the story is convincing on a short-term basis, even though the time horizon is a long-term one. And I think this, over time, you change your shareholder base, and if you want to have a long-term strategy, you need to have shareholders that buy into that and that are happy with that, and that don't punish you, the next interim results because they don't understand it. But it's a challenge.
And the managers of your businesses, do they feel more empowered through this new governance model that you've given them?
I think for them, in my view, this is the ideal setup, because it enables them to focus on running the business for the long term and not bothering about about activism or about unhappy shareholders and about the instability that could create. But in the same time, we are quite demanding. So it's not that we are long-term owners just for the sake of it, but we look for the results and we pretend results. And if we don't have the results, we have to change something and to fix it. But I think for the CEOs of our businesses, to have an owner like us compared to other forms of ownership, if you use it right, I think it's of great value.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.